Everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I am here planning for the week of September 22nd through the 28th. This is in my B&R Paper Crafts Plan B planner. This week I'm using these full boxes from B&R Paper Crafts called Farmhouse. I feel like it just has that kind of early fall vibes that's perfect for this time of year. So I have these 9 full boxes here. I did pull in a few things from my stash to kind of supplement, because obviously just full boxes is not enough. So first off, I pulled my leftovers from another B&R Paper Crafts kit called Cozy Home. There were definitely some overlapping full boxes between the kits, so I think it's going to work out fine for me to use these as well, and I think the colors go. So this is kind of little things and glitter headers. I have some date dots. It's the exact same dates essentially, so I won't be using those for this particular setup. I have a few more functional things here and a few boxes. So I do have a few things to pull in. Predominantly, I'm going to use these headers. I think my plan, sorry if my cat's being crazy in the background. I think my plan is to skip maybe this one and use these 3 headers. I think that'll be cute there. I did also pull in some washi. This gray one is from a gift that I got. I think it came from Meijer, actually, a while ago. And then this one with the little like vintage vibe is from Simply Gilded. It's not a perfect match to the colors in this, but I think it's all gonna go together once everything is done. And then finally, just to add in yet another bit of like pop of color, and I'm hoping that that will be add a little interest. I did pull in the olive zebra mild liner for me to do the dates with. So I am going to put down the washi, the headers, all that good stuff, and then I will be back so that we can do the interesting bits. Okay, here is where we are at thus far for the setup. I'll give a little wiggle and a twerk for the bit of foiling. I was too lazy to cut, so I used my ruler that I got at AliExpress. It's not a perfectly flush, so definitely didn't clean the tear the cleanest, but it's fine. It's gonna work out totally fine in the end. So that kind of covers this bit, these bits, as it were. So let's deal with the full boxes next. So I think, I'm gonna need I'm just gonna stick an extra one down here if I had to guess. But I think these 2 kind of go together a little bit. Or maybe these 3 most accurately. I think these 2 scenes go together. I think these 2 scenes go together, and I think these 2 go together to the best of my ability. So I think I'm going to save this one for down here at the bottom. And so I think, to me, this is the box that always pops out. So I'm going to stick this as my quote box. Hopefully I can get everything lined up. There we go. And I'm going to stick this one as my center box. I decided to just run the glitter headers right across, and then put the full boxes in the middle, just the vibe I was feeling. So that's what I'm going with. I think we're gonna do these little inside scenes next, so tables, essentially. So I've got this one, and then I've got this one. Gotta put it just a hair higher to be centered. There we go. And then I think maybe we'll do the house next. And then the one to go with that is this little window. There we go. And then I think we're gonna stick this one here. And then this little living room over here on Sunday. Seems like it has cozy Sunday vibes, so that seems appropriate. All right, and then save this for hopefully there's space on the sidebar. All right, moving on to said sidebar. There is no habit tracker left in the pages that I have left from this other kit. There are these glitter headers. I'm not sure if I want to use them or not. Because the actual headers that I have are not really helpful for things that I need. Maybe I'll just use these guys and see if I can not just like finish them off. That seems nice. Use up as much of this kit as possible. So I did pull out my leftovers. I have this habit tracker that I think will go. Honestly, not too sure where this leftover is from at this point. But it's fine. It fits in, and that's the important part. I'm just gonna stick in another header. And then in the kit, we do have these guys, which do have 7 hearts. So they work very well as a meal tracker if I just fill in the abbreviations for the days up there. So that's gonna work out pretty well. And then I'm gonna stick in another one of these headers. And then how much space will I have left? I think I have enough. Can I put one of these in? I think not quite. So I need something skinnier than that. I mean, I have a lot of quite skinny boxes. Maybe I'll just stick in a couple of these guys. So I don't know what I'm gonna have these focus on, but that's gonna be fine. I will sort that out when we get there. I'm just gonna stick a couple of them in here, like so. And then I think there's space for another glitter header. And then, yeah, this last full box. So I finish off this page entirely. There, that's perfect. I will figure out what goes in the boxes when we get there. I'm not gonna stress about it in the meantime. All right, so next up we have work. So I have 4 of these little money bags, which could be used for work. And then maybe I'll use like an alarm to mix it up. That's definitely an option. I could also try to find some little things or something that work. I think I'm just gonna use these guys because I like to use up the icons when possible. And I'm, you know, theoretically making money when I work. So I'm gonna stick these guys in like so. I'm also going to take one of these kettlebells that's in here, and I'm gonna stick it on the habit tracker. I think I'll probably track movement for this week. I think that'll be a good thing to track. All right, so that's the first couple of things. I then also want to track my plan with me and whatever video I put up at the end of the week, which I think is going to be my book bujo. So do I want to use a little thing? Or do I want to use, oh, I have 2 flags left. What if I just use these 2 flags? All right, that's for my plan with me. Tuesday, Wednesday, no idea what's going on, honestly. And then I'm gonna stick in these last 2 little money bags for work. And then a flag for my book bujo going up. And then Saturday and Sunday, at this point, I don't know. We still have to figure out what we're doing for the weekend. So I think I'm gonna leave us here for the pre-planning. I do still have a decent amount of stuff left to use. So I will be pulling out that stuff, and then I can always pull other things from my stash as needed as well. But stick around for just a second and you can see the finished spread. All right, here is the finished spread. I'll give it a little wiggle and a twerk. There's just that little foil down here at the bottom. Overall, I did use the stuff I pulled very efficiently. I finished the full boxes as you saw before. I also have extremely little left of this kit from B&R Paper Crafts, which makes sense because this was, I think, the third time I had used this kit. So I have just a few icons, a couple little things and a header, a couple of small boxes here, a couple more boxes and a couple more headers, and some date dots. So this will all go into my just like general leftovers and not be kept together anymore because there's so little of it left at this point. But I think that was a very efficient use of that, and I really did just try to use it up as much as possible. The other things that I pulled in was this habit tracker. I'm not totally sure which shop this comes from, to be honest, but I had it in my stash, so I used it. The zebra mild liner for the dates, and then the bottom washi, this top one from Simply Gilded, and this bottom one I was gifted quite a while ago. It might be from Meyer, not totally sure. But otherwise, I really just used stuff from that kit and really filled it in, I think, pretty well overall. This week was really busy during the week, doing a bunch of end of month stuff, doing a bunch of prep for travel. The end of the year is always like a sprint for me from basically October through the end of the year. It's just crazy busy. So definitely dealing with some of that as well. But Sunday was really nice. We went over to Buffalo, which is about an hour from where I live. And we went to the zoo and we did a few errands and got ice cream, all of that fun stuff. But I think that's all I have for today. So as always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. I really appreciate it. It helps me out. Let me know what you have planned or what you did during this week, what your highlights were. If you don't have anything that you want to leave for me, leave me some sort of leaf emoji, maybe one of those like branches, something like that, just to kind of give this kind of botanical vibes a little bit. I think that would be really cute in the comments. And also I'd just love to say hi to everyone. And then follow me on Instagram and Blue Sky at Creative Life of Liz. You'll see in progress and finished spreads. I tag the shops on Instagram, include them in addition to a description in the alt text on Blue Sky. I also show you bits and pieces of my life, what I'm reading, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.